Most of us remember when northern Alaska looked like this. This is Action 6, Katie Storm reporting. Today, we have proof that those who are skeptical of global warming claims were way off base. It turns out Al Gore was right, and Moosejaw, Alaska, can show us. We will see how the Bering Sea coast has been transformed into a tropical paradise, and we will visit today's new Eskimo living conditions as we meet the mayor of Moosejaw. Here we see today's Caribou Coast as we meet Chuck, the mayor of Moosejaw, for some opening thoughts.
Good morning. This is Katie Storm reporting live from Moosejaw, Alaska. To my left, you'll see the Bering Sea, thawed out, of course. It used to be full of icebergs and just lots of frozen things, right? I'm the mayor here of Moosejaw, and
Yes, I'm the mayor of Moosejaw. Yes.
I'm introducing the mayor of Moosejaw, and he'd like to say hello. His name is Chuck, and I'm in transition from Florida, but he's right now going to tell you about the change in global warming.
Well, thank you, Katie. I appreciate the interview, and just like to welcome everybody in America. This is the new Alaska. We're in the northernmost part of Alaska. Moosejaw is a beautiful town. We used to be very icy and cold up here, but now, as you can see, we have all nice weather. Right now it's about 87 degrees up here in Moosejaw. Water temperature is about 79, and we have empty beaches. We have no one here. And so we're inviting all the folks in America to come on up. Forget Florida, forget the Caribbean. We've got the good weather, we've got the beaches, and now there's a lot of business opportunities up here, Katie.
Yes, well, I want to talk about that.
Yes, please.
For example, we've had lots of different, as you can see, I'm transitioning from Florida, okay? I have my vintage jacket on, which is a thing of the past. In fact, so many businesses have changed. For example, no one drinks hot coffee. Starbucks, gone. Dunkin' Donuts, well, you can still get the donuts.
Yep.
But soups, homemade hot soups, no, we're into Vichyssoise now.
Vichyssoise, ice cream,
Iced
tea.
big
I mean, anything to keep you cool because it's getting so warm up here. Also, I got to tell you, you want to come up and buy some cheap real estate? Now is the time, because we are absolutely inundated with folks coming up wanting to buy, and now's the time.
We thank Al Gore for the convenient truth of talking about global warming just a few years ago. I'm glad he's dead. We don't care. We're happy here, and it's getting hot right now.
Oh, I know it.
Can't keep this
I know,
jacket
it's
on.
so warm.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Oh wow. Oh.
Well,
okay. Katie Storm and Mayor Chuck from Moosejaw, Alaska, saying, "Come on down.
come on up.
Come on up." And I'm taking a nice stroll along the beach because it's so hot inland with Mayor Chuck and our cameraman Bob. Just want to say we're enjoying the beautiful sunny temps here in Alaska. Mayor, what's going on in the city now?
Well, right now, most of the polar bears are heading south.
I heard that.
Yeah. It's too warm up here for them now. So the polar bears are heading south. The seals went about 6 months ago, and they're following them down to Florida. So we're just enjoying the good weather, and we have a little bit of problem with the Eskimos because they don't have anything to eat. So we built a new McDonald's over here for them.
Oh, that sounds great. And I bet they're going to love the colas and the cold drinks that we serve,
All those calories will build up on them. They'll keep warm this winter, even though we don't really have a winter anymore.
Well, that TV show that was a favorite of mine when I lived in the lower 48 called By Alaska?
Yes.
Hey, how innovative, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
Tell me, Mayor, Moosejaw used to be an elevation of 146 feet, and it was 12 miles inland, and now it's oceanfront.
Yes.
With this rising water levels in the ocean. How do you feel about that? And aren't you afraid that pretty soon you're going to be underwater too?
No, Bob. Actually, with the release of the ice, it's causing upwelling in the earth, and the earth is actually rose up about 35 feet. It all had to do with the ice melt.
Okay.
So now we're in good shape.
changes brought on by the warming have allowed the government to take care of its citizens in a manner many may envy. Let's let Mayor Chuck take us on a tour of a typical government-provided native Alaskan home.
Thank you, Katie. I appreciate it. Here we are in front of this beautiful home. This is actually subsidized Section 8 housing that the government has constructed for the typical Eskimo. The Eskimos now, they're living in the igloos, so they were living in the igloos, but now all the snow is gone, so we have this as a replacement. We're going to take a short tour through the house, show you what the typical, how the typical Eskimo lives, and we're going to just get a feel for it and bring you up to date. Here we are in the interior. Again, this is actually the very small house of at the low end of the scale for the Eskimos. There are other ones that are much grander for those who have a large family, but this is one of the smaller ones. And here we have the living room. This really provides a sanctuary for the Eskimos. They don't have to worry about polar bears biting them while they're sleeping, or they don't have to worry about the seals slobbering all over them at night. They just go to sleep. Actually, they sleep on the floor, but that's their culture, and that's okay. We respect that. So, and then over in this way, we're going to move over this way. We have the typical Eskimo dining room. As you can see, it's pretty standard. Really nothing unusual, but again, as you can see here on the table, this is all fresh foliage that they just cut today. We have some small pineapples. I mean, things are just growing like crazy up here. So, and then we walk down the hallway. They have a full laundry room with a washer and dryer. No more going down to the Bering Sea to beat the clothes or the furs on the rocks. There's none of that anymore. And then we have a couple of smaller bedrooms. This one is an example of one of the smaller bedrooms. This is good for the mom and pop Eskimo who need to hang out. And then we have our typical bathroom. And as you can see, it's got a full shower, a toilet, city water, city sewer, which runs directly, we're connected to Fairbanks. Everything works good. And then we'll walk over this way into the kitchen. Oh, now I forgot to mention that every Eskimo gets a maid as part of the package. This happens to be Janice, the maid, and she is here cleaning up after the Eskimos' morning breakfast. Good morning, Janice.
Good morning, Mayor.
Yes, very nice to see you. You're on the job. I see you've cleaned everything up.
Yes, we're trying.
Very good. All right. Well, don't let any grass grow under your feet. Keep moving.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
All right. And then over here is their entertainment center. Here is where the Eskimos sit. They watch a lot of National Geographic programs on polar bears and seals because we don't have any more around. They love to look at that. That's really enjoyment for them. And then we're going to lead out here to the, we're going to go out here to the pool area. Now this used to be, believe it or not, a root cellar. This was a root cellar maybe about a year ago. And then they just transformed it into a nice swimming pool because it's so warm down here. This here is their master bedroom. As you can see, it's very functional. It's got nice hard floors. They've got a view out here to that new foliage that's all been growing up. And then as we go this way, this is the closet area for our Eskimos. We have a lot of furs in the background and some Ugg boots. And this is the master bathroom, which, as you can see here, the Eskimos with the giraffe, they're thinking of importing them up from Africa because they would do very well in this environment. So they're kind of having a preview of what that would look like and feel like. And that would be pretty much it. Now keep in mind that this is a very low-end house. This is not by any means some of the better houses, which your taxpayer dollars are paying for, but look at the wonderful accommodations we're giving the Eskimos. I mean, you know, I'm sure it makes everybody feel good that we're doing so much for these guys. And, oh, and by the way, the Eskimos are, they go on trips, and they sometimes miss the snow. So the only place left with snow is Denali. And we shuttle them up by railroad, and you know they bobsled down the hill. One last thing I would like to say, my name is Chuck Tonnegut, and in Eskimo that means fair deal. I also happen to have a real estate company, Tonnegut Real Estate. If you need good real estate, let me know. I'll take you around on a tour. Also, I own Tonnegut Termite Company. If you need any services for termites, we take care of them. There's also Tonnegut Plumbing and Electric. So we've got the bases covered here. You know, we've made sure that everything is taken care of. So folks, I hope you had an enjoyable time on this video tour, and we hope to see you real soon. And later in this video, we'll have a phone number that will flash up on the screen, which will tell you how to contact us in the event you want to come up. Thank you, and thanks for visiting.
Most of us can't remember what the frozen tundra of Alaska used to look like, but today it's been transformed into a lush paradise. I'm Katie Storm, and I'm here with Chuck from Moosejaw. Good morning, Chuck.
Yeah, well, thank you, Katie. Actually, things have changed a lot up in Alaska in the last 2 years. And as you mentioned earlier, you know, we now have all this lush foliage. Actually, we're standing right at the line where the glacier was about a month ago. There was a glacier here. It was about 1,000 feet high, and it melted so quickly, and this all bloomed in its place.
We have a little different perspective on what's going on here in Alaska. You notice the Caribou Coast has produced a lot of different types of vegetation, as you can see. It's amazing. We haven't talked about nutrition or cooking shows, but we're going to do that right now. We know how important kale is to our diet, and these vegetation here is very, very helpful. We can cook them, bake them, and it's replaced kale. Here's an example of a kale chip. Very healthy, very inexpensive actually. I'll try a bite. Hi, Katie's back here with Mayor Chuck, and we're just giving an example of today's food staple. A beautiful coconut, not quite ready for cutting and enjoying, but the Eskimos never have seen it, have
No, it's brand new to them. Actually, these darn things are all over the place now. With this new warm weather we have up here, the palm trees, the coconut trees, all the green foliage has been popping up like crazy.
Well, you know what I noticed also? I'm into clothes, and I love the alligator belts that I can buy. They've come up from Florida, and they're really quite trendy. In fact, they're making pocketbooks out of them, alligator purses, belts, jewelry. Really very nice little gift ideas to send back.
Oh yes, absolutely, yeah. Our whole economy has changed up here now, folks. That's why we encourage everybody to come up. You can sit on our empty beaches. You know, look, there's nobody. Two people.
Yeah.
Yep. Those two just came up from Florida yesterday.
By Alaska.
That's right.
I'm back here on the shores of the Caribou Coast with our Chuck Mayer, who's going to talk about his current hobby. Chuck?
Yes, hi, Katie. Thanks for having me again, and we welcome you here to our beautiful Caribou Coast on the Bering Sea. As you know, it's hot today. Hold on. That's better. I know it's very warm today. We're hoping it's going to cool a little bit, but it's delightful. As you know, aside from being the mayor of Moosejaw, and I also run a few businesses. I run the real estate agency contingency here. I run the termites. We also have an electrical and plumbing business, and I'm glad you asked. I'm also a horticulturist, so I know a lot about what's going on here. As you can see here, we've got all new foliage. This is all popped up in the last 2 weeks, and it's actually marching toward these beautiful new condos that were built about 6 months ago, and it's phenomenal. Plus, we also have a very new phenomenon. We have this seaweed, which is washing up on our shores, and it's a sweet, tasty. You can put it in a salad. You can grind it up and sprinkle it on your spaghetti. All kinds of things. And it's just, we've already done testing on it. It's high in protein, high in nutrients. It's great. So, back to you.
Thank you, Chuck. And I must say, I did have some of that fried seaweed the other day. And those are some of the new stores that are popping up in our areas. We're talking about stores with health food issues and vitamin shops, and everything is very natural here.
Mayor Chuck introduces us to some wildlife new to Moosejaw.
Here is an example of a new species that we found up here in Moosejaw. We have an alligator, a baby alligator. Actually, I think he was just born about 3 days ago, and he's kind of keeping everybody company. So he's hanging out. He doesn't bother anybody. Of course, when he gets to be about 12 feet, we got to let him over in the Bering Sea, let him swim around a little bit because we don't want to have our legs bitten off. But other than that, he's pretty harmless right now. He's just hanging out here on the top of this umbrella, and he's happy as a clam.
Boating has become very popular with the citizens of Moosejaw.
This is our new marina. It just got finished about 2 months ago, and as you can see, it's already filled. There are so many boats coming up from Florida. We've had actually people all the way from Connecticut, Rhode Island. They come through the Panama Canal, come up the West Coast. We've also got a lot of West Coast folks. We've got even a few people from Canada are now residing in our beautiful marina. So, and as you can see, they still have the Florida license plate on there. So this is just another indication of the beautiful facilities that we have up here, and we certainly hope that you folks will come up and enjoy our beautiful weather and decide to stay. As you know, I am the mayor of Moosejaw. I'm also a certified real estate agent here in the county. So if you're looking for real estate, if you're looking for a home, you want any, please call me. I'm going to give you a number at the end. And as we go, also, as I may have mentioned before, I have a termite company. I have an electrical company, plumbing company. I'm a horticulturist, and I also have part ownership in this marina. So definitely come up, take a look. You're going to love it. Come on up.
We hope you are now getting better informed regarding the dramatic effects experienced in northern Alaska. This has been Katie Storm reporting for Action 6.